Welcome to the Deep Dive. You're here because you want to figure out how to, well, really get things moving on TikTok. Going beyond just, crossing your fingers for a viral hit.
Right. More strategy, less luck.
Exactly. We're diving into building a TikTok content plan that can seriously ramp up your followers and views. Speaking of boosting things online, have you heard about rapidboost.net? It's a site where you can boost your social media profiles.
Okay.
Anyway, our mission today is to get you that core knowledge fast and deep. We're looking at how to create a plan based on strategies that work, really understanding your audience, and crucially, how that TikTok algorithm functions.
Yeah, it's not just about randomly making videos anymore.
No, we're talking about building an actual system for growth, and we're drawing insights from the Engaged TikTok content plan.
It's pretty amazing how TikTok just exploded, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, for anyone creating content, it can feel overwhelming. Just so much stuff out there.
Totally.
Yeah.
A flood, like you said.
But the idea is to look past just, what's trending right now and grasp the deeper mechanics driving real growth. So we'll try and boil down those key ideas for you.
Okay, perfect. Let's kick off with this whole idea of TikTok virality. It just feels different than, say, Instagram or YouTube, where your existing audience size seems to matter so much more.
It really does.
On TikTok, it feels like, well, anyone could potentially blow up overnight. What's the secret sauce there?
Well, a big part of it is TikTok's focus on the content itself, maybe more than the creator's status initially. The engine behind that is the For You page algorithm.
Right, the FYP.
Exactly. It doesn't just show you stuff from people you follow. It heavily weights how users are actually engaging with each specific video.
So what kind of engagement are we talking about?
The big ones. Likes, comments, shares, how long people watch the video, the watch time, and really importantly, completion rate. Did they watch it all the way through?
Ah, okay. So it's less about your established network and more about whether this video right here is captivating people. That sounds pretty democratic, actually.
It is, yeah. That's a good way to put it. It levels the playing field quite a bit. Even if you're brand new, if you put out something that just clicks with people immediately, TikTok's algorithm can push it out way beyond your initial followers.
And trends are a big part of getting seen, I imagine.
Oh, definitely. Trends are massive on TikTok. It feels like there's a new sound or challenge every hour sometimes.
The source material actually said something like 67% of users find new stuff, new creators through trends. That's huge for discovery.
It really is. Jumping on a relevant trend can give your video a serious boost, get it into that initial wave. But here's the key thing.
Don't just copy it.
Exactly. Don't just replicate. Find a way to make that trend yours. How does it fit your niche? Can you add a twist, some personality? That's where the magic happens.
Makes sense. Ride the wave, but make sure it takes you where you want to go. And it's interesting, too, that really polished high-production stuff, it's not always the winner on TikTok, is it?
No, not at all. Actually, what's really fascinating about TikTok is how much value users place on, authenticity, relatability.
Yeah, raw content sometimes seems to hit harder.
It does. Stuff that feels genuine, maybe a bit unfiltered. You see brands, big brands even, like Duolingo with their kind of quirky owl mascot.
Oh, yeah, their TikTok is hilarious.
Right, or Ryanair poking fun at themselves and travel stress. They get huge engagement by being more down to earth, showing personality, not just slick ads.
Okay, so virality is one piece. But you can't just rely on lightning striking repeatedly. How do you build something sustainable? That's got to be about defining your brand on the platform, right?
Absolutely critical. If you want a loyal following, people who stick around, you need a clear TikTok brand identity. What's your overall vibe, your voice, your tone? And crucially, what are the main topics, the main value you're going to consistently deliver?
So people know what they're getting when they follow you.
Exactly. It cuts through the noise. It attracts the right audience for you.
And niching down seems key here. The source mentioned communities like Book Talk or Fit Talk. These really specific interest groups.
Finding your corner, like you said, you need to ask yourself, what specific thing do I want to be known for on TikTok? Is it quick tips, cool demonstrations, maybe storytelling?
So defining your value proposition.
Precisely. What makes your videos worth someone's time? There was a great example at Humphrey Talks, the finance guy.
Oh, yeah, I've seen his stuff.
He grew massively by just breaking down finance stuff, making it super simple, jargon-free. He had a clear niche, a clear style. That's powerful.
And this concept of content pillars,
Yeah.
that sounds like a practical way to structure things.
Definitely. It helps keep you organized and gives your audience, clear expectations. The example was a fitness coach, right?
Yeah, pillars like workout tutorials, busting nutrition myths,
Yeah.
maybe fun fitness challenges.
Right. So maybe you aim for, say, 2 to 5 core pillars. It gives you variety so things don't get stale, but it all feels cohesive. It's all clearly you, prevents your feed from looking random.
And then the signature hook that's about being instantly recognizable, like a specific intro or a visual style.
Exactly. Brand recall.
Yeah.
Think about creators like at Chris Coleman's doing those street interviews.
Yet you know it's him immediately.
Or at its Jojo Siwa with all the bright colors and energy. That consistent element, whether it's visual or audio, it's like a mental shortcut for people scrolling. They see it, they know it's you, they're more likely to pause.
Okay. So brand figured out, pillars defined. Now, the content calendar. This sounds like where the planning really happens. But TikTok feels so fast-paced, how rigid can you really be?
That's a really good point. Consistency is super important, no doubt. For the algorithm, for your audience, aiming for, say, at least 3-5 posts a week is a solid baseline, maybe more if you can maintain quality.
But not too rigid.
Right. Your calendar needs built-in flexibility. It's a guide, not a straitjacket. You need room to be spontaneous.
So it's more about planning different kinds of content to mix in. The source talked about evergreen stuff, trends, community engagement, and like behind-the-scenes moments.
Exactly. Think of it like layers in your strategy. You've got your evergreen content, the core themes that are always relevant. Then you layer in trend-driven videos to catch current waves. Then you've got community stuff, replying to comments, doing duets or stitches, maybe Q&As. That builds loyalty. And yeah, those raw, authentic moments, they humanize you.
And maybe weekly or monthly themes. Could that help structure things?
Yeah.
Like myth-busting Mondays or something.
Yeah, themes can be great. They streamline your brainstorming and can give your audience something regular to look forward to. But, and this is crucial.
Leave room for spontaneity.
Yes, you have to leave space to jump on a breaking trend or react to news in your niche. The calendar helps you be consistent, but you need to stay agile.
Got it. Plan, but be ready to pivot. So we've got the plan. Now, the videos themselves, they need to grab attention fast. How do we make sure they actually hook people in those first couple of seconds?
That's the make or break moment, right? People are scrolling so quickly. The source really emphasized hitting them with something intriguing right away. A provocative question, maybe a shocking fact, a visual surprise.
Can you give an example? Like instead of just saying, here's how to bake bread.
Right. Maybe you start with, is this the reason your bread isn't rising? Or show a picture of a disastrous loaf first? Or maybe a surprising statistic. Did you know 80% of home bakers make this mistake? Something to stop the scroll.
Okay, hook them fast. And then visually, on-screen text seems vital, especially since so many people watch without sound.
Absolutely crucial. The stat was something like over 60% watch with sound off, at least sometimes. So clear, concise on-screen text isn't just nice to have. It's essential for getting your message across and keeping people watching, even silently.
And captions too. Keep them short.
Yeah, captions should complement the video, maybe add a key takeaway or ask a question. Don't just repeat what's on screen.
What about sound? Obviously use trending sounds, but is there value in having your own?
Definitely. Trending sounds are great for discoverability, tapping into what's hot, but developing your own signature sound, maybe a little musical jingle or a specific voiceover style, that really strengthens your brand recognition, makes your stuff instantly identifiable in the feed.
And calls to action. Just saying follow for more feels a bit weak.
It is a bit passive, yeah. You want to encourage active engagement. Try asking a specific question. What's your biggest challenge with X? Let me know below. Or tag a friend who needs to see this. That gets comments flowing, signals engagement to the algorithm.
And keep the edits snappy, shorter videos.
Generally, yeah. That 15-30-second range often hits a sweet spot. Use TikTok's tools, the effects, transitions, keep the pace moving, and definitely trim out any dead air, those awkward pauses. Every second counts.
Okay, so we're creating, we're posting. How do we know what's actually landing? Time to look at the analytics, I guess.
You absolutely have to. Regularly digging into your TikTok analytics is non-negotiable if you want to improve.
What should we be looking for specifically, beyond just views or likes?
You want to go deeper. Look at your average watch duration. How long are people actually sticking around? Check follower activity times. When are your people most active? That helps with posting times.
Yep.
And look at engagement rate per video. Which types of videos get the most interaction?
So it's really about understanding how people are consuming the content, not just if they saw it.
Precisely. Those metrics tell you what's truly resonating. You have to treat your content plan like an ongoing experiment. See what works in your analytics. Double down on that. See something tanking, tweak it, or maybe drop that format for a while.
The source had those case studies. The bakery using cake hacks and behind-the-scenes stuff.
Bixby Emma, yeah. Doubled sales.
And the fitness coach, Alex Fit, with his pillars like quick tips and transformation stories.
Huge follower growth by being strategic and engaging directly with Q&As.
Those examples really show that having a plan, even a relatively simple one, makes a real difference.
Totally. What's great about them is they show it's not just about the plan, but also about understanding the audience. The cake hacks solved a problem. The transformation stories inspired people, and then acting on the data. The bakery used batch filming. The coach used Q&As. They adapted.
Okay, so let's bring it all together. For someone listening right now feeling ready to really commit to a TikTok strategy, what are the first few actionable steps?
Right, let's boil it down to a roadmap. First, define your brand, your audience. Get clear on your niche, voice, who you're talking to, and maybe sketch out those 2, 3, 5 content pillars.
Okay, define. Step 1.
Second, research. Make trend spotting a daily habit. Save sounds, formats, challenges that genuinely fit your brand. Don't just grab anything.
Research daily. Got it.
Third, draft your calendar. Aim for 3-5 posts minimum per week. Plan that mix. Evergreen, trends, community stuff, but schedule in slots for spontaneous ideas too.
Calendar draft with flex room.
Fourth, batch create. Film and edit videos in chunks if possible. Focus on strong hooks, clear text, consistent captions.
Batching for efficiency. Makes sense.
Fifth, post strategically. Use your analytics to figure out the best times to post for your audience.
Use the data.
Right. Sixth, monitor and experiment. Check your analytics weekly. What's working? What's not? Test new things, different hooks, lengths, CTAs.
Analyze and test.
Crucial. And seventh, engage and iterate. Respond to comments, interact with others, and then maybe monthly revisit your whole plan based on everything you've learned and update it.
Wow, okay. That's a solid 7-step process. Define, research, draft, batch, post, monitor, and gatorate.
Yeah, it's a cycle. Plan, create, analyze, adapt. It's definitely more involved than just posting randomly, but that's how you build something real.
It really shifts the perspective. It's not just about luck.
Not at all. Success on TikTok. Sustainable success is really about mixing that creative spark with disciplined strategy. When you understand how to create an engaging TikTok content plan, you're building a system. A system for attention, for keeping people interested, for sparking conversations, and that's what leads to growth.
So the big takeaway for you listening is really dig into your niche first. Figure out how trends fit your voice authentically. And build those content pillars as your foundation.
Exactly. Plan consistently, but stay flexible. And always, always be looking at your results and be willing to evolve.
That's fantastic advice. So here's something to think about. If you started consistently applying these ideas, how could that shift your TikTok from just something you do into a real platform? A way to share what you know or your story with way more people. What could that change for you? That's your food for thought. Thanks for diving in with us.